George, when I say hit it, you're supposed to hit it.
I did hit it. That's the thing. I don't know why it's not playing through the thing.
Eles deu nothing. Eles deu nothing. Not one of you deu nothing.
I'm not impressed by your performance. When the opponent expands, I contract. When he contracts, I expand.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, probably gentlemen, to another episode of Fathletes. I'm here with my co-host, Mr. Steven X. I need to think of a good nickname for you. Mr. Steven Roth.
Hey, man, I identify as a woman. I'll listen to this show. I'm a lady. What's going on?
You're the
George?
bearded lady
I'm
at
the bearded
PT
lady.
Barnum Circus.
Dude, look at this hair. There's no way I'm not a chick.
It's
See
so
these
luscious.
tits, dude? Come on.
Maybe he's born with it. Maybe it's Maybelline.
No, it's definitely, I was born with this.
How's the violent martial arts world been treating you this
Dude,
week?
you know, I had a fun time watching the fights. It was my birthday weekend. I went over to my parents' house, brought the lady, she brought the kid. We watched the fights. It was a good time, man, and it was a good fights. Like, legit, I think I said on this podcast that I believed in the Polish power, and Jan Blachowicz pulled through. Second round knockout was beautiful and vicious. I loved
Dirty,
it.
not nasty. Fucking
Nasty body kicks. Do you see the marks he left on his body?
I know,
Dear
dude.
God.
Like, dude, I'm pretty sure you broke a rib, bro. Like,
For sure.
Those are some marks.
He had a laser beam on that thing, just whack every single time.
Well, let's start at the bottom of the card with the featherweight fight.
Yeah.
Hakeem Dawodu.
Dawodu, yeah.
What'd you think? What'd you think? All right, 'cause
that
going
third round was interesting because he was yelling at him like, "Fucking fight me, dude! Fucking fight me!" And even the ref was like, "Watch your language."
Yeah.
He was like, "No, this dude thought he was gonna kick my ass, and now I'm beating his ass, and he's running away from me because he thinks he's won this fight." It was, you know what?
And he also, that was the guy who didn't make weight.
Didn't make
correct?
weight. Didn't make weight.
And by like a few pounds.
Yeah, up by 5 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
to most people, it doesn't seem like a lot, but when you're training for a professional fight, 5
it
pounds?
means he found out that he was missing weight probably by 2 or 3 pounds. He wasn't gonna make it. He had 90 minutes, and he just said, "Fuck it." He just didn't want to cut anymore. So,
Well,
yeah.
that's I don't know if it's, I guess I should say it is cheating because you're not
It's cheating.
participating in the weight cut, but at the same time, you know, there's that purist of like, maybe we shouldn't be cutting weight.
Yeah. Like, I think, and also we're in a strange time with the pandemics. A lot of these guys don't have their nutritionist the way they would. You're traveling to an island. Your whole world is upside down because of time zones and how you wake up. So there's all these different factors, but there's dudes that make the weight. So if they can make the weight, why can't you?
That's part of the job.
It's your only job besides throwing hands with the dudes.
I heard whispers of that, like there's a bunch of people in that camp that like fighting's just fun for
Yes.
them. It's not their job. It's not their. That's not how they're putting food on the table. And
Izzy said it to Dana after he won the belt. He said, "Listen, a lot of these guys have side hustles. They don't give a shit about the 30% you're going to take from them if they miss weight.
Yeah.
You start taking 80, start taking 90, then they'll make weight."
Yeah, because I mean, realistically, you're not doing your job then at that point. You know, like you signed the contract saying I will fight at this weight.
Yep.
And
Yeah. And so, and I think for the most part, I think all last year there was like of the 10 big fights that had a fighter miss weight. The fighter that missed weight won the fight. You know, they're not as sucked down. They got a chance to early recover. They got all that stuff. They're coming in heavier. Mackenzie Dern had that problem. Like, she was coming in like 10 pounds overweight, and it's like, hey, that's a whole other weight class.
yeah. What were you doing? Weighing in like with your gi or something? How did you?
Right, but she's got it under control now. She looks good. She looks thin. She looks lean. So, but that's the problem is that if you're sucking yourself down, it's the Darren Till thing where you're sucking yourself down to 170, half dead. Then you come in, you're weighing 220 pounds, and you're beating the shit of some guy who's maybe 180.
Yeah.
Like, damn, dude.
I like that was kind of mitigated when they got rid of the IVs.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah.
But like post USADA, it's such a problem.
Yeah.
I guess, like for lack of a better word.
Yeah, but so the Dawodu fight, like first round, Dawodu lost that round, and then the second round was really close, and I had Dawodu taking it away, and then the third round he was just walking down the whole fight. Like, it was they were close rounds.
The third round you would almost have to give it to Dawodu just by default, just for participating.
It's what they call octagon control. He's walking him down. The dude isn't engaging. When he's throwing shots, and that's it. And Dawodu was pissed, like vocally upset, like fucking fight.
How do you feel about the ref telling him don't
no
curse?
language? Yeah, watch your language. It's a fight. I get it. Like, also, it's a quieter arena. We can hear that shit, but also it's pay-per-view. I'm gonna hear. I'm watching dudes make each other bleed. I don't give a fuck what he says to him.
I mean, I've also seen it in other like martial arts as well. I've seen it in kickboxing where the ref's like, "Hey, watch your language."
But I've heard it in boxing. Watch your language.
But like, you're not gonna say that to Nick Diaz.
No.
You know, you're not gonna say that to Nate Diaz. That is essentially part of their game.
Yeah.
Like,
you're not gonna tell him to stop giving somebody the middle finger if he's doing the middle
like
fight.
I'm sure there's no stipulation as to like, hey, don't curse in the cage. That's nothing. That's not what they signed for.
No.
You know.
I think one, it's also like it's mental warfare. If I'm gonna say "fuck you, fight me," it might make you fight me.
Yeah, yeah.
What's the problem with
and
that?
Me just saying "fight me" is not as strong as "fuck you, fight me."
Yeah,
it's like we're already slanging bones. You're right.
Yeah.
Like that.
What is the difference? I mean, you know what? And it's
is
also,
this a safe space? I'm sorry.
Maybe the ref is super Christian. He just doesn't prefer that kind of language.
Maybe. Like I respect in terms of like the ref being kind of the official, and like this is essentially for those 30 minutes. That's his octagon.
Yeah,
and I get that.
Yeah,
but he should have a deeper understanding. Refs should have a better understanding of like that's how the dice roll. You know.
So Dawodu took that fight. He won that one. I called that the Russian would win because I fuck around with any dude that's from Russia with a beard like that. But you know, I didn't know he missed weight, and I didn't know that he was gonna be a pussy ass bitch in the third round.
Yeah, really. Like, what was that about? Because when it started, I was like, all right, maybe he's chilling. Like, I could see him conceivably winning the first two and taking a break, but he took
the whole round off.
Yeah, he clocked the fuck out.
He was like, I got this. I won the first 2 rounds. I hate when fighters think like that they've won the first 2 rounds. You don't know shit.
Yeah.
Judges are idiots.
Yeah, fucking dumb. But again, it's like maybe it's his mentality. Like this isn't. You're not as game as Dawodu at that point. Then maybe you don't belong.
And he looked really shocked that he lost. He was like, "What?"
Yeah, yeah. I can't believe that.
Can't believe I took a whole round off and I lost this fight. How insane is that? Wow.
Never touch me. Never touch me.
I smashed him all 3 rounds.
Fucking yeah. I didn't enjoy it.
Didn't enjoy it.
But I enjoyed how raw it was. How especially at the very end.
Yeah, the very end when Dawodu was screaming at him like, "Fucking fight me, dude.
Do this.
Yeah.
I'm in the middle, bro.
Yeah. I love that about a guy. And he's Canadian, so you know what? Shout out. It takes a lot to make a Canadian say, "Fuck you, fight me."
Right. What about the bantamweight fight? What'd you think? Ketlin Vieira.
Yeah.
And Miss Eubanks.
Yeah, so Sujara has gotten better, I would say. She's not as low tier as I would have given it to her, but still, I mean, Ketlin Vieira is good. Ketlin Vieira is very good.
Yeah, she's 11-1-0.
Yeah, that one is from Irene Aldana, who's fighting tonight.
Yeah.
She got knocked the fuck out.
Yeah, we'll get there in a sec.
We'll get there, but I mean, it was a good fight. It was
decision, right?
It was decision.
Yeah.
I thought Ketlin would win by submission because she is pretty good on the ground. But I mean, it was good footwork out of her. It was a good fight.
Yeah,
it wasn't nothing too exciting.
It wasn't, but it did feel like she also knew she would have it on the ground and needed to like show everything else.
Yeah.
And kind of like, I've been working on this for 6 weeks. Fucking let's go.
Yeah. And Sarge looked good. I mean, she's been trying to get better. She's had better camps. She looked like shit. Like
she looked like she had a tough weight cut.
Yeah.
Like she just looked exhausted. Yeah. Like, did you test for COVID?
Yeah. What's going on? Yeah. There's sometimes I'm like, are they just letting this one fly? I don't know.
Yeah. They're like, this is an inconclusive negative.
Yeah. they could just be like, maybe it's just the flu. Like, not COVID, but it could be the flu, so you could fight it out. But
yeah.
Nothing too much going for me on that one. I mean, Ketlin is still a top 3 contender in my eyes. She could fight for the belt if she wanted to. She was on the high rise.
It kind of seems like they're setting it up.
Yeah, she was on the path to fight for the belt until Irene Aldana stepped in and knocked her shit out. So, you know, it's within grasp for her.
Yeah, everyone's got that.
I don't think she could beat Amanda Nunes. I don't think anyone can beat Amanda Nunes.
Yeah.
It's just like it's like when DJ Demetrius Johnson was just clearing out the division. Anytime there was an up and coming flyweight, I was like, yeah, he's good. He can't beat Demetrius Johnson. He's not going to beat Mighty Mouse.
Yeah, it's like because there's levels to like that. We even saw at the main event of this card that we're talking about. Yeah. Like there's levels to it. There's so many levels, and it's not that.
You might be showing one skill set in every single one of your fights that you think is really impressive, but the champion has multiple skill sets that maybe he hasn't shown in his last 2 or 3 fights because he hasn't needed to.
Yeah,
and then
eventually he hasn't been in the corner for fucking 20 minutes, even starching people first round. You're right.
Yeah,
you're right. But I think it could be because
anything is possible.
Anything is possible. And I would say while Amanda Nunes is getting better still, there's no denying that. It's certainly going to slow down with the lower level of fighter she's going to face.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And so there might be a point where Ketlin just gets better. arguably it looks like she keeps getting better.
Yeah.
I shouldn't call it a snoozer of a fight.
No,
but
it was just a technical fight. It wasn't too flashy, nothing crazy. There was no like, oh my god, that second round was amazing, like nothing like that.
No one took a fucking round off.
No, yeah. Learn from the ladies, bro. You fucking Russian bitch. I'll come down to Russia. I'll fuck Putin right in his ass. I don't give a shit.
What a way to start your early fights. Like, Jesus Christ, dude. Come on.
Putin,
I was
please
not
don't fight me. Please.
What about the flyweight? Flyweight, we had Brandon Royval and Kai Kara
And Kai Kara France. Yo, Brandon Royval is really good.
I knew nothing about.
I knew
this
he had
dude.
that fight with Tim Elliott, and that was a good fight, and I knew he was coming up. I went on Kai Kara France, like I said, on name alone. He's got a cool name. But Brandon Royval was really good.
He showed a lot. It's let me scroll through this. Submission.
Yeah.
What did he win with? I don't remember.
I think it was a rear naked.
Was it a
No,
rear
it was a
naked?
guillotine. He got him in a sick guillotine.
Oh
he got him in
yeah.
a sick guillotine.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And then like took some time to cinch it up, right? Right.
Yeah,
That
he went
shit
for
was tight
Kai
as
Kara
fuck.
France went for a takedown. Instantly got put in the guillotine, and they were rolling in it for a bit, and then he adjusted, and it was deep. It was deep. And Brandon Royval is good. Is very good. And that's a dude. Flyweight contenders got to start looking out for this guy because he is good. Because I watched his fight with I believe it's Tim Elliott is who he fought just like a month and a half ago, and that was a 3-round banger of a fight. Like a stand-up fucking fun fight, and he was taking down Tim Elliott a lot in that fight, and I think this one's dope. This was dope to see. I love a quick submission like that because that means that dude is fresh and he can get in the ring again soon.
Yeah,
and I want to see that. I want to see him again.
Yeah, I mean, and it wasn't even a minute into the second round.
Yeah.
It says 48 seconds here,
Yeah.
so it's like realistically, it was just the prologue of the first round.
Yeah.
Sucked it in. Just
Yep.
fucking all right. Your neck is mine.
Yep.
Can you hang necks on a belt and be like, that was fine?
Yeah, because I think they clocked each other in the first round, which was what was crazy. Like, he hit Brandon with, I think it was like a right hand, and it was a right hand or a head kick, I can't remember. But he was wobbled, and he was like, "Oh shit!" And he took a step and he fell down. And then as he got back up, and Kai Kara France went to initiate, he threw a spinning back elbow.
Oh, yeah.
and clocked Kai Kara France. I was like, "Oh shit! Oh shit!" Yeah, that was dope.
Yeah, that was a great sequence.
That was a good sequence. Yeah. And he even admitted that in the post fight thing. He was like, "I got some stuff to work on because I got rocked, and I shouldn't be getting rocked like that."
I
And
got banged hard.
Yeah, so-
Yep. That was cool. That was I enjoyed that. Especially after the women's bantamweight. It's like at that point I was like, all right, decision.
I think they
decision
got
after
fight of the night,
decision.
which is crazy because it only went 2 rounds, like barely 2 rounds.
Yeah, but if you need 2 back to back, bang,
Yeah.
bang.
Yeah, it's just because it was so cool. It's one of those like UFC 4 sequences where you're like, "Oh,
Yeah.
we rocked each
Or
other."
like Cowboys combination. It's
Yeah.
like, oh Jesus Christ, dude.
yeah,
Is that real? Are you guys? Did you throw the fight, sir? You just let him kick you in the face like that?
yeah. 1, 2, bottom lock, high kick, bam.
And then so we have this light heavyweight
Mm-hmm.
bout. That's the co-main event, Mr. Dominic Reyes and Jan the Polish,
Blachowicz.
the Polish torpedo in his fucking hand.
Dude. Listen, I will say that I do admit I agree with all the pundits on this that Jan Blachowicz is definitely a slower man. He's a slow fighter. He doesn't have the speed of someone like John Jones, who moves very quickly. He doesn't have the speed of a lot of the 205ers. But man, does that dude hit hard. Like, he blew up Dominic Reyes' nose before he knocked him out. Then had him on what they call Queer Street.
I know.
don't know
I
if you
saw
say
it.
that
I saw it
anymore. PC, or is that PC?
on the replay. His nose in the slow motion.
Just explodes. Yeah. Crunch, dude. And then had him real wobbled, and it was game over from there. But I do think those body kicks really slowed Reyes down
I completely agree.
because he was moving forward, and then he started getting kicked in the body hard.
And
and
I'm sure it's hard to take a deep breath when your fucking
Yeah.
diaphragm is bruised.
Oh my god! And it was funny because I remember him in the Embedded series was talking about my whole thing is I hit and I don't get hit. Well, dude, you were getting hit a lot with those kicks, like
Yeah,
a
some
lot.
people turn red. It looked like an immediate
It was
bruise.
purple,
Yeah,
and you could see the toes. When you could see the toe marks, oh, you know he's hitting hard.
Yeah, it came right at the end of that snap. Like,
Yep. And here's the thing that we're gonna fight about right now is Jan, after his victorious performance, calls out the GOAT.
And you think that's
John Jones.
appropriate?
Yes,
Why?
because John, for whatever reason, decided to walk away from the belt because he felt like he had no competition. But he was there in the crowd when Jan knocked out Corey Anderson, and he was telling Jan, "Let's fucking go. let's do this. You and me will fight for the belt. No, he fights Dominic Reyes instead.
But that was like at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, but still, he was still showing that he was dope. Like Jan, he knew Jan was coming, and instead he was
so
like.
So you think John is ducking Jan?
I don't think John. I don't think he's ducking him. I think he wanted to see if Jan could make a name for himself before he got into the fight. But the problem is that now John is on Twitter every day fighting with Israel Adesanya for their supposed super fight, where Izzy's going to move up to 205 and fight him, which is also a phenomenal fight. But I really think the move for Jan is to call out the GOAT. You want to prove yourself as actually being a really good light heavyweight. You want to say and show everyone that you are a 205-pound, not only just a contender, but could possibly be the new king. You take out the actual king of the 205ers. You don't call out Thiago Santos. You don't call out Glover Teixeira. You don't call out Anthony Smith. You don't call out any of the dude behind you. You call out the only guy who's in front of you.
But he's
John
not
Jones.
in front. That's the problem. He's no longer in the division. He's made the decision to not be in that division.
It's like people that are like, it's like people that call that, it's like when Conor dropped out and it's like, what, you're not going to call it Conor McGregor? Call it Conor McGregor. He says he's retired, but we know he's fucking not. We know he's not. It's always a power move. And with John Jones, it's a power move. He always thought he wasn't getting paid enough. So why not cause a little controversy? Why not give up the belt? Why not say you're moving up to heavyweight? And then cryptically tweet, oh, should I move back down and show this dude what's up? Fucking yeah, dude, that's what we want. It's all we want is to see you at the 205 and face some real competition.
But
Anthony Smith wasn't competition.
But that whole division is hindered by the fact that John Jones,
is
by
dominant.
your perspective, is and was and always will be king.
Yeah.
But fights move on, fighters move on, and you
I always want to see the king tested, though.
Okay, but even if the king loses, now it's not. It's the same story now. It's like, well, he wouldn't have beat Jones in his prime. Clearly, Jones is in the twilight of his career.
Fuck that. John Jones is 31 years old. He's in his prime.
His
prime.
last fight was not as dominant as nearly as dominant as his previous four.
His fighting style has changed, where he is much more defensive in his moves. There's a lot more kicking involved, and he's not taking people down. He's not wrestling.
Probably
the way
because
he used
his bell's gotten rung a lot.
No,
he's in the twilight of his career.
I think he's just fighting smarter, and he realizes you don't always have to bash dudes in the face.
Who was Jones's last fight?
It was Dominic Reyes.
And how did that go?
It was a really close technical fight.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was a good fight,
but he wasn't as dominant.
Even the same with Thiago Santos. He's had his last two wins were split decision wins. The close fights.
I think your heart is in the right place that you want it, but you have to.
There is nothing better than watching a king defend his crown, and there's nothing better than a dude getting the crown and taking it.
No, that's where I agree. Is that getting the crown is the most important part. In terms of storyline, we've had this storyline. In terms of Jones, there's someone coming up. He might lose to this guy. We'll see what happens. This is not new. It hasn't been new for the last decade. What is new now? We have this guy, this Polish guy who's not even from the States. People don't really know who he is. He's a sleeper, and now he's king. Let's see what the whole division has. But if you look past all of them, you don't get that chance to play it out. You don't get that longevity of a career from that division because you're too far looking past them all.
But no matter who Jan beats, no one is ever going to say, well, that's good, now he should fight John Jones. No, it's never going to be, wow, he really beat Anthony Smith. I wonder how he would do against John Jones. It's always going to be, give that man John Jones now. But why is he fighting bums? They're all behind him. None of these guys ever would have stepped up to beat John Jones. None of those guys. And all the ones that did fight him lost.
I think this isn't more of an Amanda Nunes problem. It's like with a new king and not overlooking the division, you're forcing them to get better. And it would be better for the UFC in long term. They have, 600 fighters? We can't keep focusing on John Jones. Clearly, as much as the UFC loves him as the poster boy, he's not the poster child they want.
He's not the poster child they want, also because he kills himself in the spotlight every time he's there. But I don't want to see... I would rather see Jan Blachowicz fight John Jones at 205 than the alternative fights, which are him fighting Francis Ngannou or Stipe at heavyweight, or him fighting Israel Adesanya at 205.
Okay, let's put a pin in that. Who would you not Jan? Who do you want to see Jones fight?
If it's not Jan, who do I want to see Jones fight?
Yes.
My first idea would be Stipe at heavyweight, because I don't want to see Izzy move up to light heavyweight. I still want to see Izzy fight Jerry Cannonier and then go up to light heavyweight, because I think Jerry Cannonier is a real threat, legitimately a real threat. and then maybe go up to 205 and fight Jones. But Jones has been talking
People
forever.
thought Paulo Costa was a real threat.
Yeah, I know. Well, still, it is what
We'll
it
get
is.
there,
We'll
but-
get there later. Listen, I don't want to hear about your conspiracy theories about things that aren't even proven. Okay, so all I want to see is I want to see John actually see if he can really move up to be a heavyweight and fight legit heavyweights. Like he's saying he walks around at like 240, 235, whatever, right? I think Stipe walks around at 240, 235, maybe even heavier than that.
I think I'm not opposed to the John Jones-Jan fight. Not in the slightest.
But would you rather see him fight a heavyweight?
I would rather see Jan make some money where he's at right now.
But would you rather see John Jones fight a heavyweight over going back down to 205?
Yeah.
Would you rather see him
again,
fight Izzy Adesanya at 205 or fight a heavyweight? What is your idea on that?
I want to see him prove himself by fighting legit heavyweights.
Okay.
Not have someone jump a class. But again, like Jan just got there, make some money. There are other stories like that. John Jones story is not going to go anywhere.
Yeah.
And that's my point. Is like you don't have to call out the GOAT right now. You just got the belt. Make some fucking scratch, bro.
I think in the heat of the moment, and John is watching, there is no one else to call out. Because I don't know of any other 205 contender right now that makes sense.
He should have thought about that.
No, because who else is there? What, he calls out who? Glover Teixeira? Or
I mean, he's got losses on his record. He has. It's not like he's undefeated.
I know he's not.
There's storylines that can now be made.
No one cares about the fighters he's lost to. No one
He
cares
does.
about
I'm
that.
sure he does.
No, he doesn't give a fuck.
I'm
He's got
sure
the belt
he
now.
does.
Who did he lose to? Who was it? Like Glover
Let's go
Teixeira?
back down. No, he lost to fucking. I just had it open. You asked now. Thiago Santos by a TKO.
The GOAT.
By a
one of the
TKO.
goats. One of the goats.
But okay,
one of the
fucking
goats.
fight him again.
No, because Thiago is fighting Glover to see who's the number one contender to fight Jan. So why call out the dude that's already fighting another dude?
Because you're the great. You're as king. You
You want to be in there like I'll fight you both same night. Fuck you.
yeah. Fucking throw some Connor shit out there,
Man,
but
whatever.
don't.
Connor
give me
would never
this
fight
thing.
two people in one
You know
night.
what it feels
Khabib
like to
would.
me? You know what it feels like to me? It feels like a comic going to an open mic and continuing to do the same joke just because it's successful. It's like, I understand you're a martial artist. I understand that you want to fight
You can't
the
call
best.
out Will Henderson like that. All right, you can't.
He's
can't
not.
do that.
You haven't been there. Everyone's working on new shit. But the implication that you have to fight the GOAT right out the gate is a false narrative, I think. And I think it's one that is short-sighted.
It's the only narrative that gets my dick hard. I want to see him fight John Jones.
But again, if he can do what Jones did in his thing, now we have this arguably a
If he
super fight.
if he starches John Jones, if he starches him first round like or second round like he did
People
Dominic
are just gonna
Reyes.
say John Jones didn't look great in his last fight.
I'm gonna fucking.
He looked okay
I'll
in the
kill
fight
all those
before.
people. I'll kill all those people.
That's the problem.
Their point is moot.
I
am OOT moot means nothing to me. I'll beat the shit out of all of them. Anyway, let's get to the main event.
I think UFC's problem as a company is that their fighter roster is too deep.
Yeah.
They got a little over eager, and it's not entirely their fault. You know, it's kind of synonymous. If you want to fight MMA and you want to fight the best, you go UFC. I'm not no knock on Bellator or anything else, but unfortunately, they're the brand. They're the Nike. And
Bellator is changing, though, by the way. They are no longer signing old dudes that used to fight for the UFC.
Yeah.
They're signing legit prospects now.
and they're paying scratch.
Yeah.
And,
it's a good move
is,
for them.
Which is a great move. And
Yeah.
again, I think that's part of the problem with the UFC is that their bench is too deep.
Yeah.
And because it's too deep, there's too many guys you have to know. It's way easier to pick these guys that you already know.
So you're saying I should just put a bullet in John Jones' head and call this done? So
I mean, if you want,
Okay.
yeah.
John Jones, meet me at
but
in
marketing-
Riverside at George's apartment. I'll be here all day, every day.
in a year, if Jan is still king and Jones is still king, and they can make a catch, they can make a champ fight. But it's, in my opinion, the worst, shortest sighted career move that you can make by calling out someone as soon as you got there after he
Maybe
vacated.
he just doesn't know English that much, and he doesn't know all these other dudes' names, and all the one that sticks to him is John Jones. Okay, he's Polish. Give the man a fucking break. All right.
Maybe, but then that's where your corner comes in. I think that's like now it's such a ensemble cast behind an MMA fighter that you need to have good people around you that understand who you are, your longevity, and like, hey, maybe Jones is still the GOAT. Maybe don't let him ring your bell when you've got the belt 5 minutes ago.
Living in his head rent free. You know how it is.
Does anyone live in your head rent free?
Yeah, you do.
all
the time.
And
Just
all of
think
your
about it.
personalities.
Yeah. They just be chilling in there, dude, having a good
Though
time.
I will say, Jan fucking. That's like that's a touch of death almost.
Yeah.
I watched his highlights too. Like, Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, the way he killed Luke Rockhold.
Jesus Christ. Fucking wobble street.
Yeah, the way he knocked out Corey Anderson, who I thought was a dark horse of that division. I was very sad when that happened. I was like, fuck yeah, Corey Anderson, show these people. Oh, you're dead.
Oh, that's right. That was Was that a main event?
Yeah, it was.
That was,
event.
and that was like their second fight or something.
It was in Albuquerque, which is where John Jones is from, which is why he was there for that fight. And it was like 30 seconds into the fight. Yeah. And I was like, shit, Corey. No.
I think Jones's plan is to do what he did in his previous weight class in another weight class, and then again, because this is the age of it, try to be a champ.
All right, well, I think if Jones, you would think of all people, Jones would be a guy to be champ because he's that good. Like, if you look at the list of champs, you'd be like, okay, you got Connor.
But his career is such a weird asterisk.
You got Triple C, and you got Amanda Nunes, and it's like, well, John Jones is the GOAT, and if you put the GOAT, like, of all the MMA fighters, you would think John Jones would be up there, so you would think he would get champ type. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about GSP, though? You know? Like,
he's cute.
I hope he comes back.
Yeah.
He looks weird with hair. Have you seen him recently?
It's
like, dude,
it's
shave
like
that shit
It's
off.
like Krillin. When Krillin put on hair, it's like, I don't like
Yeah.
this. I don't like this at all. It makes me uncomfortable. Please take it off.
But it's like if Krillin put on hair and then got 2 extra abs because he's well fed and he's fit. It's crazy.
Yeah, I love
Like,
that
you just
Canadian
keep
man.
getting bigger, dude.
He's so thick. I love him.
He's fucking huge.
Yeah.
I didn't know until I saw him live. I was like, dude, you're
He's
big,
He's
dude.
wide.
Yeah.
When he was at 185, I was like, you're wide.
You're definitely rehydrating with IVs back then, dude. You're fucking dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, main event, Israel, Paulo. What'd you think?
Dude, I'm so happy.
All right, so what did you think going in and
That Izzy was going to work the fuck out of this guy. I was like, everybody that was like, Paulo's going to knock him out. I'm like, you're a fucking idiot. You clearly never watched Israel Adesanya's fight. And if you have, and the only fight you watched was Yoel Romero, and you think Izzy's a boring fighter, I'd say, fuck you. Watch the Kelvin Gastelum fight 7 times in a row and tell me he's a boring fighter. Izzy is on another level, and he knew how to take him apart. He knew whenever you fight a guy who's got strong hands, you take out his legs because now he's not going to have strong hands. He's going to have no power. And for whatever reason, Paulo Costa didn't fight the way he usually fights, which is insane pressure and volume, pushing you up against the cage, fighting you in the clinch, and throwing bomb after bomb after bomb after bomb.
I think that was part, though, of a successful game plan in an attempt to nullify. Like, had he been on the same level as Israel, that game plan might
The
have
first
worked.
strike Izzy throws is a kick to the knee. Like, immediately. He knew. And there's video footage of Paulo with a knee brace about a week before the fight, and people were saying, oh, he was injured, so that's why he didn't fight the way he did.
Or maybe you just kept eating kicks to the knee.
Yeah, or maybe someone you were training with was trying to show you, hey, fucking check these, and he just didn't. Listen, guys that are that big, and especially guys that are black belts in jiu-jitsu, are going to have fucked up knees. I don't know any black belt who doesn't have a fucked up knee.
Yeah.
That shit gets blown out all the time when you're a jiu-jitsu guy. And if you're a black belt, which means you've been doing it for 10 years, you're going to have a fucked up knee.
You got hundreds of white belts just reaping your shit, learning how to do straight ankle locks.
Yeah. Every fucking day, some blue belt's like, I'm going to work on the honey hole. Like, fuck, Jesus Christ. Like, no, so, yeah, he's got a fucked up knee. All right, well, maybe you shouldn't do MMA if you got fucked up knees because that's what people are kicking right now. And also that if you looked at his calf, it had been cupped. He had cupping marks.
Huh.
So
I didn't notice.
Yeah, he had cupping marks.
He's too busy watching him get his ass kicked.
Yeah, my girlfriend noticed. She was like, oh, he has cup marks on his calf. She said, good way to show off which part of you hurts the most.
I'm gonna cut my forehead right at the top, bro.
Yeah.
Hit this.
Just hit this. Yeah. So
break your hand.
And then immediately he's kicking the calf. He's kicking the knee. He's getting right into that joint and just tearing his shit up. And then by the second round, and there's a great photo of Paulo smiling right before the first round when he's like, I'm gonna kick your ass. And then the look of sheer terror and impending doom on his face as the second round starts, where he knows I'm fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then those kicks early on were clean too.
No joke.
Clean.
They hurt.
Yeah.
You
Anyone
hear
who's
'em.
never taken a kick, you don't know what kind of life-changing feeling that is. Because not like you take a good one good kick and you're not conditioned. Your leg is jello.
Yeah.
You might limp.
Yeah.
You might, or you might just fall.
Yeah, especially and what people are noticing now is the calf is the much more tender spot to hit. Like it just this year alone, they had 2. It was back-to-back UFCs. 2 fights stopped because of calf kicks. like a TKO due to calf kicks. Those things are brutal.
Yeah.
There is something about the calf when it starts to take damage, it just shuts the whole leg off because that's where you're putting all your weight.
Yep.
It's going to be on that calf.
And there's
anybody that's ever had a calf cramp knows that when that shit, like that's the worst place to get a cramp is in your calf.
Yeah, you feel that shit for like 3 days.
Yeah, every time you take a step, it's going to hurt. And so imagine someone kicking you there. A dude who's 185 pounds, who could probably deadlift 500 pounds, who could probably just beat the shit out of you, is going to kick you now in that spot that's hurting, and he's going to keep kicking you there for 25 minutes.
That's a day ruiner. That's a fucking day ruiner, dude.
It's a brutal time. So, yeah, I wasn't surprised that Paulo Costa got his shit rocked. He got hit with a clean head kick, cut him open, he got hit with the same punch that he threw at Robert Whittaker, which is where he's slipping back and he throws that left hand, that left
like that shovel
kind of punch with the left, and it just clocks him. And I was like, oh shit! Like it's so weird that's just Izzy is just the GOAT, man. And Paulo's like, I want a rematch because he humped me, and it's like, well, maybe you deserve to get humped, you piece of shit.
I mean,
fuck you.
He fucked you literally before that. That was just foreplay, bro.
Yeah, man. And it's funny because Izzy released DMs between them where he was telling Paulo, he was like, take dancing lessons. Like, not even as like a bitch, like to be a dick. He goes, take dancing lessons. It'll improve your footwork. Mm-hmm. And Paulo was like, okay. And then Paulo goes on Instagram and he's like, fuck Israel Adesanya. He's a dog. He's a piece of trash. The way he disrespected me in the cage. It's like, dude, it's just a fight game. You lost.
Yeah, I mean, and what did he say? That was his 100th victory?
Yeah.
What the fuck, dude? How old is he?
Yeah, 34.
That's hard to do outside of Thailand.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah. You add up, and he's only had like one knockout loss, was to I think his name is Antonin Pereira. I don't.
He probably killed him now. He's probably dead.
He wants to fight him now. He's still he fights for Glory Kickboxing, and he's like, I'll come knock you out again, Izzy. And so we'll see. Maybe that's a fight.
Who do you think's got a? I mean, obviously there's been some chatter between Izzy and Jones.
Yes, a lot. They've been going back and forth, just throwing memes at each other. I love the way that John's only attack on Izzy is that Izzy likes anime. He's like, you're into kid shit. And Izzy's like, fuck you, I got the power of God and anime on my side. I'll beat the shit out of you, dude. It's worked every single time for everyone else. And there's
That's the problem, they let him center his chakra before the fight.
He goes in
Don't
there.
let him put his hand seals, bro.
He's doing the hand seals. Literally, as Bruce Buffer is calling him in, he's fucking, it's not fair. That should be illegal. It should be illegal. If he asked if he could wear a headband, it would be game over. It'd be game over. But no, so I think that John is childish at attacking a man who just likes anime. Because, dude, anime is dope. 2, it gives you some fucking hardcore inspiration if you want to be a fighter and you're into some Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, Avatar shit where you're like, I just want to be the best and I want to know everything. And that's why he was like, I'm the last style bender. I move all the styles of fighting into one so that I can be the best. And for John Jones to be like, you like anime titties. Like, fuck you. I'll come all over those anime titties. I love that shit. And I'll beat your ass afterwards.
I think Jones is not, his IQ is all in the ring.
Jones is like, I'm going to do some blow off a stripper's ass and then beat you in the octagon the next day. Because that's what a man does.
Bullshit.
Yeah. Because that's what a man does. He fucks strippers and then he fucks dudes in the ring. Like, and
it's weird to think of John Jones as kind of a pillar of the old guard.
Right? This dude's been in the fight game for over a decade.
Yeah.
And he's barely 30, 31, 32. Izzy is older than him.
Yeah.
Like, that's what's crazy.
How many fights has Jones had total? Do you know?
Total? Probably around 35.
You think 35?
35 total.
Let's see. John Jones.
Maybe 50.
Right. Well, I guess it would be different. Let's see. Go down. We'll scroll through this shit. No, I just want his career, bro. Why would you give me all of his eye poke? I don't need his
eye pokes. There's an eye poke in every fight.
All right, so his professional MMA record is 26 wins, 1 loss, 1 DQ. Which we all know
was bullshit.
Yeah.
It was fucking bullshit. That dude was losing.
What a way to win by points.
Yeah. Fuck that guy. Run it back.
That's true.
Run it back. See what happens.
Yeah. And I want Jan Blachowicz to have the opportunity to have this kind of record because I agree with you that like he's got something. He's got a little spark in his fucking knuckles.
Yeah, there's something there.
And like when you read John Jones's, it's a who's who.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, Jan doesn't have that
Doesn't
yet.
have that.
And if he loses against Jones, he won't get that opportunity.
Yep.
So
I get you. Listen, I get what you're saying. It doesn't mean I agree with you, but I get what you're saying.
he just needs to make better. Dude, talk to me, Jan. Holla at your boy. You just need to make better decisions. That's all.
We're going to get your social media account bumping, dude. We're going to turn you into the next Black Beast. We're going to call you the White Beast. Shout out to Poland. And then we're just going to fill your fucking Instagram with memes.
Yeah, we're going to get you an Oscar Mayer fucking sponsorship, bro. That's the way to go.
Yeah, man.
I really did enjoy
Kielbasa.
kind of the clinic that Izzy put on.
Yeah. It's
just
beautiful to watch.
Being fluid, just great ring craft.
Mm-hmm.
His experience definitely showed
Yeah.
in like just his movement, his overall.
Anybody that ever doubted Izzy, if the moment he knocked out Robert Whittaker, all doubts should have been laid to rest, because he just showed that he can beat the dude that's champ. And everybody loves Bobby Knuckles. I don't know anybody that hates Robert Whittaker. He's a nice fellow. He's a cool dude. Fights like an animal. Like those 2 fights with Yoel Romero, brutal.
Yeah.
Brutal.
Yeah. Fucking damage,
Yeah,
bro.
Damage. So for Izzy to go in there and knock him out in 2 rounds, crazy.
Izzy's
it could have been a first round knockout. Could have been a first round.
Yeah.
Bobby was.
That's what I enjoy about Izzy as well, is just when you go down his record as well, it's almost a mirror. No, I shouldn't say mirror, but in terms of just notoriety, like it's up there with like
Anderson Silva,
names.
Kelvin Gastelum,
Yoel
fucking
Romero.
Yeah.
And you're right, Robert Whittaker, like that.
Robert
Those
Whittaker.
are fucking huge names, and so I don't know. Do you think anyone's got that kryptonite though? Who do you think?
Jared Cannonier is the dark horse of that division. If you haven't seen his transformation from heavyweight to light heavyweight to middleweight, it is crazy because he's only gotten better. Like, he was all right at heavyweight. He was like, he's like 1-1 at heavyweight. He goes down to light heavyweight. Looks good. Looks all right. Looks
Ooh, he's number 3.
Yeah, he looks better. Then he goes down to middleweight.
Ranks don't mean anything.
And he goes down to middleweight, and he's beating the shit out of everybody. Like, just fucking fools up. David Branch, all those dudes. Just fucking fools up. Looks good. Looks mean. Fights well. He's so shredded at 185. So shredded. Like, the fact that dude was a heavyweight.
This class of fighters, they're all so fucking hot.
Dude, man.
They're all so hot.
I don't know if you listen. Right now, Google Jared Cannonier. That is a sexy piece of chocolate, man. He's so delicious looking. Like, just, so good. He's got that hair, too. Goddamn.
Yeah.
But
I don't know how you get that hot without steroids, but good for you guys.
Yeah. And it's crazy. If you look at him at heavyweight, you're like, yeah, like, it's the Roy Nelson thing, dude. Like, if Roy Nelson had dropped 50 pounds, he could have been a brutal middleweight. He would have been a brutal middleweight because Jared Cannonier kept that heavyweight power in his hands. Like, you're a different man when you're fighting at that weight. Your muscles are built differently when you're carrying that weight.
5'11" as a heavyweight too.
Yeah.
Wow.
He was eating a lot of food up in Alaska.
Fucking yeah. The Killer Gorilla.
The Killer Gorilla, dude. And he looks like it too, man.
What a name.
Yeah. So I think Jared Cannonier, if he beats Robert Whittaker, which I really do think he will, and
poor Whittaker just holding the door open for the division.
No, man. Listen, he beat Darren Till. Darren Till didn't look all that great in that fight. It was an okay fight, but Bobby Knuckles, man, he's no joke. Like, when he got slept by Izzy, everybody was like, well, maybe Robert's not as good as we thought he is. No, he really is. He really is that good. Izzy is just better.
Yeah.
But Jared Cannonier is up and coming, and he's fucking good. And this is the only thing that Jared needs is a win against a guy like Robert Whittaker, because he doesn't have anything like that. He doesn't have big names. He's got Anderson Silva, all right? And anybody that's ever beaten Anderson Silva has gone on to stardom. Look at Izzy.
Yeah.
Look at Chael Sonnen. Chael Sonnen is popular because he lost to Anderson Silva. All right? Just being in the same octagon with him.
Yeah, you're right in terms of names. We have Anderson Silva here, Dominic Reyes, John Blaho. Like, in terms of who he's fought, it's not a deep bench.
No. But he has the skill set. He just needs a name like Robert Whittaker. And they're billing it, which is genius. They're billing this as a number 1 contender fight. That's on the flyer.
Oh.
Is number 1 contender for the middleweight division. That is the first time the UFC has ever done anything like that, where they are billing the main card as a number 1 contender fight, which is genius marketing, because not every main event has to be a title fight. Not every main event has to be something.
I really enjoyed when they started doing non-title fight main events, because I think half hour is a good time to work. You know?
Yeah,
Like,
and show a guy that, you know, if you're number 4 in the division and you want to fight or you're number 5 in the division, you want to fight the number 4 guy just to prove you can go 5 rounds. It's a good move to show people that you're ready for that championship
and
fight.
yourself, really.
Yeah,
realistically.
it's a good test for yourself. Like, am I really ready to fight the champ? I've only ever been fighting 3-round fights. Like, how do you know? And something like that, a good warm up.
Yeah, a good tune-up fight. It's
Yeah.
it's so weird that like boxing math kind of works,
Yeah,
but MMA math just doesn't. Just fucking doesn't.
Because then you throw all that shit to the wind. When you throw in shins and elbows
Once you start
and head
spinning
kicks,
and shit.
yeah, when spinny shit comes out, doing
like
anything.
Nick is like, oh, we're throwing spinning shit now?
Yeah.
All right. Because it really does change the game.
Also, by the way, Jared Cannonier beat Anderson Silva via leg kicks.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So,
and it's weird that even
that's
when
mean, by the way, if you beat a guy who snapped his leg and have to beat him by a leg
but
kicks.
when Anderson isn't even on the card, like
Yeah.
a lot of times that's going to be in the highlight.
Yeah.
I've seen it on a few promos. I was like, come on, man, he's not even here. You can't just throw that shit out there like that. Like Dan Henderson and Michael Bisping. It's like,
Yeah.
stop embarrassing the man. That's fucking rude. Come up with your own shit.
Oh, man. Dude, poor Anderson's like, everybody knows he's got bad legs. He
Yeah.
broke one in front of the whole world.
And then stepped on it. Be nice to the guy. Fuck.
Brutal.
Leg kick TKO.
Yeah.
You should get like a foot tattooed on his
Mm-hmm.
arm every time you get a leg kick. Like it's a fucking fighter pilot.
Yeah.
Do him an ace at the calf kick.
Oh, my God. So I'm excited for that fight, man. And if he wins that fight, I would love to see him fight Izzy. And
I'm
then-
in for that. I didn't
Yeah.
really know who he was. I'm glad I asked the question now
Yeah.
because that's cool. Looking at his record, it does look like there's a lot of potential
Yeah.
for this kid. And
He just really wasn't he wasn't at his full potential at heavyweight and light heavyweight. It just wasn't there for him. But man, at middleweight, it's all there. All the potential's there.
yeah.
Yeah.
I part of that grind, and I think he is a big dude.
He's a big dude.
So like I think the discipline in making the weight would be beneficial to
Yeah.
him as well. Yeah.
Yep.
So absolutely right. But there are fights tonight.
Yep.
There are fights
tonight.
tonight,
Yep.
and we dropped them. So let's just start top to bottom. Let's go.
Okay.
Fucking main
Okay.
event here. What do you think?
Dude, I mean, Holly Holm. We know Holly Holm is good, man. We
Yeah.
all know she's good.
Holly Holm, Irene Aldana.
Yeah.
How do you
Yeah,
say
well,
her
I
last
think
name?
it's actually Irene Aldana.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah,
Irene.
Yeah. So
Mexico.
Mexico, but I'm gonna call her Irene because fuck that shit.
Yeah,
I'm white.
America.
I don't give a fuck. Fight me. What are you gonna do? Was she gonna come over here?
Fight me. You can't. Wrong
Yeah.
sex.
Yeah, she's gonna come over here and find me in fucking Riverside. No one's gonna find me. All right, anyways, listen, Irene has great footwork. She's got the Mexican boxing style. That shit's dope. Anybody that's ever watched boxing knows that Mexicans go hard in the motherfucking paint with
Right,
that shit.
but I will say that that Mexican style also leads to Mexican style training, which
Yes.
means her bell has been rung.
Yeah, and Holly Holm, listen, she's looked good, but she hasn't looked great lately.
Yeah,
and she got
she's
wrecked
getting-
by Amanda Nunes.
she's
She's at
getting
the
kinda
end.
old.
She's at the end of her career. I think she's 38.
Is she? I'll Google.
I
That
think
sounds
she's-
right, but she
yeah.
is definitely.
She's got enough freckles to at least be 45. I know that much.
Let's see. She is. You're right. 38.
Yeah, look at that, dude. It's not like I stalked her
Birthday's
or
coming
anything.
up, October 17th.
Oh, she's gonna be 39.
Preacher's daughter. She's 5'8". Wow.
Yeah,
Big
same
girl.
height as me.
Big girl.
Yeah, yeah. But anyway, but she's a traditional kickboxer. Although her wrestling has gotten a lot better, she does do a lot more. She's taken a lot more of her fights to the ground. But yo, Amanda Nunes, Holly Holm, and I will never forget that.
Yeah.
And you don't recover from a vicious head kick like that. Ask Ronda Rousey.
Yeah.
Like that shit stays with you.
She got. It's unfortunate because I think Holly Holm had the unfortunate timing similar to like a Brock Lesnar, essentially. It was like if she had a few more fights before you threw her into the deep end, I think she would have had time to develop those skills.
Yeah.
But once you beat Ronda Rousey, who else is there?
Yeah, because she got rushed into stardom.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, "Oh shit,
And then
she
now
beat
what?
the goat."
Now
and then
she doesn't have time to work on
and then she
anything
got
else.
choked out by fucking Misha Tate, and then the belt.
Yeah, and
moves
we saw that,
around.
right? Yeah. She got choked out, and then
Yeah.
it was a decision
Decision,
later. It's like
yeah.
people just kept, I shouldn't say outclassing her, but showing her weaknesses to a point where it led to her loss.
Yeah, well, because it was right around the time where UFC started seriously investing in its women's division of signing legit talent, and so she was there when she was the most talented, and there was others around her who were probably equally as talented. Amanda Nunes didn't have a phenomenal career starting out. She had losses,
Yeah.
and then it took a while for her to develop, and now we're seeing that she's the GOAT. So Holly Holm, while being good, is just and it maybe even the potential of being great is not phenomenal. And I can say the same about Irene Aldana. She's good. She might be great, but she's not phenomenal. Not like Amanda Nunes. But I think this fight is going to be good because they're both boxers. Kickboxer versus boxer. And Irene is... I haven't seen much of her ground game. I don't know what she's going to be like if she gets taken down and how she'll work off her back.
I'm going to check on her. Let's see what she's...
If she's got any submission wins or anything. I don't know what her takedown average is. But I think it's going to be a good fight. I'm going to give it to Holly based off of veterans' experience alone and having a more well-rounded skill set. And she looked good at the weigh-in. She looked fucking shredded at the weigh-in. So didn't look too drained. Looked good. So
fucking female fighters on weigh-in day. You guys are so hot.
Yeah, but
so
also,
sexy.
dude. Also, it looks brutal for some of you.
It looks disgusting.
It looks so brutal.
Like weight cut Ronda Rousey is a fucking smoke show.
Mm-hmm. I feel bad though because there's a lot of times I've heard from the lady fighters where they're like, "This fight has come at the total wrong time for me. I'm on my time of the month. I can't cut weight. Water's not coming out of me, so I feel bad for them. But that's it. Like men don't have to deal with that shit, so I feel bad for the ladies."
All right, so look, Irene, not a lot of submissions. She's got like a few rear nakeds against some in Invicta. So this is like fucking 2014.
Yeah.
And then if you go more recent, we do have a win over Ketlin Vieira, and then Raquel Pennington was a decision.
Yeah.
Most of her wins seem to be on decision and strikes.
That is most women's fighters.
And I think that's just they're just behind in terms of skill.
They're also not really that powerful. Like there aren't very many females in any of the divisions that are super strong, powerful knockout power punchers. I mean, you don't get that at that light of a weight. I mean, you might get Andrade is a powerful person, and you might get like Irene Aldana is a powerful person, but when it comes to knockouts, it's usually not with the hands, it's with the legs. We see the most, like someone like Valentina Shevchenko, someone like Holly Holm, someone like Ronda Rousey, someone like not Ronda Rousey, but someone like where the power comes from the legs instead.
It says here, so 62% of Holly Holm's wins are by knockout or TKO. Irene, she's got half her fights by knockout or TKO, so it is. I mean. Realistically, though, it could be a take. She could go for a takedown, too.
It could just be a takedown because she's been working a lot on her wrestling. A lot.
Yeah. And 25% of her wins are by submission. Numbers are a little skewed there. But 0% of Holly Holm's wins are by submission. Yeah. So, maybe that's a game plan as well. Who knows? I mean, what if she comes out with just some fucking monster ground game that no one saw?
Well, like I said, if you look at her last two fights, she was wrestling a little better. So. And she's coming out of that Jackson Wink camp, and I know they're trying to wrestle more. So
True.
She's working with John Jones.
Do they have any champs in that?
She's working with John Jones. Jackson Wink was John Jones. That was all John Jones.
Right, but I'm trying to think of like their other stable of fighters, like who else of note now.
I have no idea. I don't know much about Jackson Wink.
I feel like Jackson Wink is kind of on the decline because at fucking later 2000s, like that was the camp. That was
the camp. Yep, them, AKA, and a couple others were like the camp. And now we're seeing that these smaller gyms are where it's at.
Yeah, because they stopped trying to ring each other's bell every time. Like, dude, just fight and then go ring the other guy's bell. Don't hit your teammates that hard. Yeah, shit is crazy. Let's go down this card. I gotta reload it though.
Yeah, I don't know very many else who else is on this
let's
fight.
See.
Really.
Let's go down. Jorgen De Castro.
Oh yeah, big dude.
Yeah, and Carlos Felipe.
Yeah, I remember Jorgen knocked out a dude that was rushing at him, and he just slept him and walked away. That was crazy.
I saw that in their when they were hyping up next week's fight. Yeah, thing that was fucking.
Yeah, he just clocked the dude.
Good night. Bye.
Bye. All right, I'll see you later.
Take my check, Dana. I'll see you in the parking lot.
Yeah. I'll take his whatever you're gonna pay him if he beat me. Put that in my bank account.
Yeah, very much so. And in terms of just record, it seems like they're
new guys.
They're new guys. Both of them coming off of a loss, so I would say this is kind of an important fight for them as well.
Yep. I'll give that to Jorgen.
Yeah.
That knockout was clean.
Yeah. I can't even argue that because Jesus
I don't know much
Christ.
I don't know much about those guys. So based off of that knockout alone, I'm moving Jorgen De Castro.
Yeah. So then we have a female fight coming up before them. Jermaine Durandamy and Juliana Pena.
Juliana Pena, which is a good fight. Listen, Jermaine has always been one of the top female fighters. She just couldn't beat Amanda Nunes, but no one can. She couldn't beat Chris Cyborg either, but no one can.
Yeah.
Unless you're Amanda Nunes. So Juliana Pena is coming up. I'll give that to Pena. because Jermaine Duraname got her shit wrecked for like 5 rounds against Amanda Nunes the other like a couple months ago for like it was a 5-round wrestling clinic. So
you're right.
Yeah,
Just
I think she's like 9-4 or something like that. So she's whatevs right now. But she's got great striking. She knocked out a dude in competition.
Did she?
Yeah. Yeah, they had a good fight. That was an MMA fight, and she beat the shit out of that guy.
Poor guy.
Yeah, I know. That dude probably killed himself. I don't blame you.
Some guy. Yeah. There's a middleweight fight, Daquan Townsend and Dusko Todorovic.
Yeah, fucking, I don't know.
Black dude, white dude. You gonna black or white? What are you doing?
You know what? I don't like the black people, so I'm going with the white guys.
Daquan 21-11. Dusko 9-0.
Oof, I'm going 9-0.
9-0.
Yeah, give me that whitey.
Okay. He's from Montenegro.
Yeah, sounds hot.
Fighting for 185. Let's go by the numbers. Not a lot.
Yeah.
It seems like, because what's weird with these pandemic fights is
they're grabbing anybody that's available.
They're grabbing, and I think it seems like they have 5 deep per fight to step in.
Yep.
And so there is a lot, but it's a good time because then you get a lot of these nobodies.
Yeah, I love. It's like watching the minor leagues. It's like, all right, who could step up? Who's the next guy in line? So I'm excited for that. I'll watch that.
Then there's this last fight on the main card. Somebody who goes by the name of the Matrix, Kyler Phillips, versus Cameron Else. And if these records are correct, Cameron Else has 0 wins and 0 losses.
Okay.
I don't know what's going on here. If you have
someone check that shirt dog
shit.
Someone check his shirt dog again.
But
I'm gonna go the guy with 0 and 0.
Yeah, I want to just put money on Cameron just because fuck it.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah. Give me the guy that's 0 and 0. You can't. I mean.
Yeah, I am definitely gonna watch the main event.
Undercard. Is that Carlos Condit versus?
Yeah. Oh fuck! What the fuck just happened? I don't know what happened. I gotta find everything.
I like Carlos Condit. He used to be one of the greatest back when he was fighting. Yeah. When he was in his prime, you're like, oh shit, Carlos throws hands.
There's definitely I feel like they say this every year, but I feel like there is definitely a changing of the guard.
Yeah, he's on the decline.
There's a few. Cowboy, fucking
Diego
Carlos
Sanchez.
Yeah. We gotta talk about that. I forgot because
Diego, my dude, my guy.
I think he needs a hobby.
Hang it up.
I think he just has nothing else to do.
I know, and also he's got that trainer dude that's just yapping in his ear, being all weird. And if you have not seen the video of that dude, of Diego Sanchez's trainer confronting Matt Serra about being disrespectful. He's like, Matt, you're so disrespectful to me. You never say my name when you're on your podcast. And Matt's like, I don't even know your name. And he goes, that's what I'm talking about. You don't take the time to learn my name. He goes, I don't know who the fuck you are, dude. I'm at breakfast. Get the fuck out my face.
This is brunch, bro.
I don't care about you. I like Diego Sanchez. I don't like you. Get the fuck out my face. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
Don't fuck with Matt Serra. That dude beat GSP.
Yeah. Well...
Asterisk.
That fight should be more GSP slept on Matt Serra.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yep. Because in the rematch.
But then he fucking learned.
And then he
went
dominated.
on a tear.
Then he dominated. But still, Matt Serra is the last man to ever beat GSP.
I guess. But that also happened like 20 years ago. And since then, he's had time to retire, come back, and win again.
Yeah. And
what a fucking legacy, can I just say, for GSP.
And Matt Serra has had time to have 5 kids and get thick.
He's fucking huge, dude. Talk about filling your head with juice, bro.
Man.
Jesus.
Yeah, but he's wide, though. Like, I don't know if you watched that video when he beat up that... Well, he didn't beat up the dude, but when he got into a fight with a guy at, like, a restaurant for breakfast, and the dude was drunk, and Matt was just holding him down. He was like, calm down, buddy. It's okay.
I don't know if, like, even if he got you, I don't know if I could lock my hands around fucking Matt Serra. My fingers might touch, maybe.
He's a thick boy, dude. Love them Long Island boys.
Must be great, though. It's like you don't have to fight. You don't have to make weight. Eat what you want.
No,
be good.
And then Dana White brings you out everywhere he goes, and it's like, you want to make a video with me for our vlog channel?
Yeah, Matt Serra's a talker. I've always enjoyed Matt Serra. He's always been... to me, he kind of represented what... what is his name? Had the steakhouse, fought GSP, lost twice. Trucker, beard.
Oh my god.
What is his fucking name?
Oh my god.
See, we forgot about him though, but you know who I'm talking about, and I think Johnny Hendricks.
Johnny
Hendricks represented to me kind of a good old fashioned. This is my job. I'm gonna show up. I make a salary. I'm here to fight.
Yep.
And that's what Matt Serra was to me. He's like just a regular dude, just like, no, I'm here to fucking bang, bro. Let's go.
Yeah, he was a dude that was like, he's also, for those who don't know, the first American to get a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, if anybody didn't know that. So
yeah.
He's fucking great. But then they put him in the MMA, and he was like, yeah, I'll give this MMA shit a shot.
Yeah.
And then
Wait, I can hit him? I'm in.
And then he got spinning back fisted into oblivion. But then he came back and he won a couple fights and eventually won the belt.
Yeah.
But that's a dude right now who's all about family and respect. And I love that guy.
And he runs a couple gyms too, right?
Yep.
He's got
Sarah Longo. Yep. And he has his own little thing. Yeah, he's great, man.
Good for you, dude. That's a way to really just capitalize on your name.
Yep.
Good for fucking you, man.
Yep.
He earned it too, for sure. It's kind of thanks to him that we get GSP. We get super GSP. It's thanks to him that Michael Bisping is who he is, essentially. Like that path that kind of Matt Serra laid out, a lot of people benefited from.
Yeah. I love Matt Serra. He's great.
Yeah, he seems like a good dude.
Yeah, he's a funny guy.
Yeah.
I love listening to him talk.
At least he's not a Trump supporter. Yeah. What do you think about that? What do you think about
some people like Trump,
some people are just bored, like fucking Colby and his shit.
Some people just are okay with catching COVID-19. And I mean, you can call it a hoax all you want, but the virus will be like, yo, pull up. I'm ready to go on deck right now.
It's in location.
Yeah. That was the greatest. That was such a wonderful moment.
I want to get into a fight just so I can tell someone to send me their location, bro.
Send location.
I'm right here. I'm right here. That's some gangster shit too.
I love Khabib so much.
I was talking about this with Nick, and I guess we can close out on this because we're closing on an hour. But what do you think? What movie or show do you think showcases jiu-jitsu accurately?
Oh man, I know that there's an anime,
or maybe even just a scene. With what comes to mind? I
know there's an anime out there that has a lot of fighting and has jiu-jitsu in it, and it's like, I can't remember what it's called, but it's like an MMA fucking anime.
You talking about Baki?
That might be it.
Baki the Grappler?
That might be it, yeah.
It's dope.
Yeah.
It's cool.
I haven't seen it, but I heard like there's like some legit shit in that. So
Baki's he's like a Yusuke Urameshi. He's kind of a genius fighter, but he does use a lot of grappling, and it's cool to see. Like, usually it's flashy, and then he'll duck a punch and go in for a takedown.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that's what it's about.
I forgot about that. I was thinking more Captain America.
Captain America?
Because he's got really good jiu-jitsu in most of the movies, but more so in The Winter Soldier.
Oh, yeah.
He just
those
controls...
hand-to-hand fights were great.
Yeah, he controls Bucky, controls everyone. It's
cool. When he grabs the hand, puts it underneath the leg, he traps the hand. I was like,
it.
oh, shit. I was like, yeah, he trapped the arm. There you go. That's what you're supposed to do.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
So there's that. The John Wick, when I watched it, that I was blown away by how good his jiu-jitsu was, and that when the girl was using her jacket like a gi, that was pretty dope. So...
Have you followed up? Have you watched 2 or 3 yet?
Oh, shit. No, I haven't. And you know, yesterday I was going to watch Bloodsport because I still wanted to watch it. So
that's what it was.
Yeah.
I'll write that down.
Yeah,
right here.
and so it's on Netflix, so we can watch that and we can talk about that. I would love to watch that and talk about... Maybe I'll try to get all 3 movies in. I'll try to get Bloodsport and then the other 2 John Wicks, and we'll talk about that shit.
Yeah.
But man, like, those John Wick sequences were pretty dope. So I think they do a good job of showing off what jiu-jitsu, what you're capable of doing.
Yeah, I like
jiu-jitsu.
that movies are starting, or I should say entertainment in general is starting to really respect martial arts and not just being like, oh, you know how to do choreography, we'll do it. But they go in and they find experts to be like, is this right?
Yeah, and it's no longer just about throwing hands. We're showing all aspects of fighting, which is the round game, which is something like jiu-jitsu, the wrestling, the takedowns.
Or if you're John Wick, you jam around, you punch a dude in the face with the barrel and use his fucking neck to cock the gun.
I love that.
Put him out of his misery.
I do that with I have a Nerf gun, and sometimes I go around, I just cock it on myself. I'm just like, I'm so cool.
All right, so we have some movies to watch. Any other thoughts? Are you looking to afford any cards? Any other shit you wanted to say?
Oh, man, there's a lot of
people?
great fights going on in Abu Dhabi on Fight Island, man. I think we got that Brian Ortega fight is going to be coming up soon with Korean Zombie. That's a fucking banger. There's the Habib.
Who's the last person Korean Zombie fought? Do you remember?
Yair Rodriguez.
Okay.
No, actually, I think he had another fight after that.
Did he?
I don't know
why I'm asking you. Like, you have a computer.
I think, yeah. I'm also, for those who've been wondering, I do most of this shit off the top of my head, and I'm right like 90% of the time. It's pretty crazy.
What was I Googling? I just brain farted.
Korean Zombies last fight.
I have Korea.
I know
here,
he lost. I know he lost to, I think he fought Hanano Moicano after that, and he knocked him out.
Let's see. Cha Song Jong.
Yeah. The Korean Zombie.
Korea. the train to Busan.
Yeah.
That's what they should call
That's
him.
what they call him. Yeah.
His right hand is a train to
train to
Busan,
Busan, dude.
straight to the dude. Call me. I got ideas, guys. All right, Jesus. Frankie Edgar.
Oh, it's Frankie Edgar. That's right.
Yeah, he lost to Yair. That was his last loss.
Yeah.
Okay.
Last loss was
that
him.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Frankie Edgar. Though.
Frankie Edgar.
Fucking, that's another one too.
That's a good name to have on your list. That's a great name to have on your list of people to beat.
Yeah. Even now, he's still like up there.
Oh, that's right, because he was gonna fight Brian Ortega. Ortega pulled out. Frankie Edgar stepped in. That's right.
Fucking craziness.
Yeah. And then Edgar moved down to 135. Crazy.
Yeah, these fucking 38-year-old bangers, I guess.
Yeah.
Whatever,
Yeah.
dude.
But that's a good fight because we haven't seen Ortega since his loss to Holloway. He has not fought since his loss to Holloway.
That was a while ago.
That was a while ago. He's had a couple of injuries, but him and Chang Sung Jung have been going at it, yapping, flapping their tongues at each
Let
other.
me see. Max Holloway. When was that
This was
fight?
like
I just know it was a while
2018,
ago.
I feel like the tail end of 2018 or the early 2019. I watched that shit when I was in Vegas.
December 8th, 2018.
Look at
Yeah,
that, dude. Look
wow,
at that,
that's
dude.
quite
Look
some
at
time
my fucking
off.
brain, dude. My
That's
brain is
some
powerful.
Fucking time off.
Yeah, that's a long time off, man.
When's that fight? Do you know?
October.
Next week?
I think it might be next week.
Dope. I'm
I'm
looking
not-
forward to that. Then.
Don't quote me on that one. That
We'll
one I
see.
definitely don't know, Mr. Computer Guy. I just know it's happening on Fight Island
Trying to find it. He is. What the fuck?
because the 24th is the Habib fight, and I think it's the week before that.
October 17th.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. That's a good fight.
Ooh.
Yeah, and then we get Habib versus Gaethje, which I truly believe is Habib's toughest opponent.
Fucking maybe, bro. I feel like all these fights. I try not to get excited.
I know
because
there's
so
a
many
big-
things happen.
Anything could happen. I know. But dude, I really think that Justin Gaethje has probably the best chance out of any person that's ever fought Habib to actually beat Habib because he is a great wrestler. We haven't seen it. Like we have not seen him do takedowns really much at all in his fight.
He hasn't really
in his
had
fighting,
to, yeah.
but he's also has 100% takedown defense. He's never been taken down in a fight, which is crazy. So we're gonna see if Habib can break that shit, and I assume that will happen because Habib is a monster, and as Dustin Poirier said in his fight against him, I can't get him off me, and so we'll see. But man, am I excited!
Just
for
like
that
trying to
one.
walk around with a wet blanket. Like,
Yeah.
dude, get the fuck
Off of me, man. Why are you you're whispering in my ear some creepy shit? I don't like that.
Come to my country.
We talk now, huh? We talk now. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited for that. It's the day after my girl's birthday, and so hopefully she'll let me watch it.
Dope. Yeah, I've decided we're gonna have to do a live commentary on Tyson versus Jones.
Yep.
So we'll watch it here. We'll set
Okay.
some shit up and get it going.
Sweet.
We'll make a party out of it, maybe.
Oh yeah, I'll jerk
But,
off in the popcorn.
Yeah,
What?
we got some mics, so maybe we
JK.
can bring some guests and we can rotate out or something. But
Sweet.
I mean, fucking legend status of a fight.
I'm ready, man. I gotta get out of here. I gotta go to a pumpkin.
Oh yeah,
patch,
that's right.
dude.
You got shit to do.
I got
Where
shit
can they
to
find
do.
you?
You can
Tell
find
them.
me on Instagram at XWROTHXRoth. You can find me on Twitter at XRoth. Same thing, but with an underscore. I'm trying to fix some shit. Actually, I think it's the other way around. Who knows?
That's
Just look
not
for my
helpful
name.
at all. We'll
Just look
tag
for-
you.
Listen, my name is X Roth. It's Steven Roth. Just look for me, man. Listen, there's like 3 of you out there that listen to me, and like you already follow me, so fuck it. Whatever.
I'm at the George F. Follow us at the Buddy System Co on Instagram or go to our website www.thebuddysystem.co for
Mics are happening
everything.
again, so go out if you can catch a mic out in Riverside. Go see George perform. I won't be there. I work.
Fucking quit your job, bro.
Okay.
Bye.
Deu nothing. Ele deu nothing. Now, what is it deu nothing?
I'm not impressed by your performance. When the opponent expands, I contract. When he contracts, I expand.